Sophie Cunningham is now part of Project B, and she too picked up her damn bag. Told y'all, bruh. I told y'all yesterday. Sophie Cunningham, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
The world of women's basketball isn't just trembling, it is fracturing before our very eyes, redrawing the geopolitical map of professional sports in a way no one could have predicted just 6 months ago. A seismic jolt has just hit the ecosystem of the orange ball, a massive development that makes standard trade rumors look like mere locker room gossip. Sophie Cunningham, a charismatic and emblematic figure of the WNBA, has officially affixed her signature to a contract with the mysterious and ultra-wealthy Project B, a dissident league backed by Saudi fund. This move confirms one of the most discussed, controversial, and potentially transformative maneuvers of the entire offseason, perhaps even the decade.
It is the one and only Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham is going to Project B, folks. This was one of the big names that I was waiting to hear. Somebody that by Google Analytics during the season showed to be the third most popular player in all of the WNBA.
For weeks, the atmosphere was electric, charged with speculation, whispers in arena corridors, and subtle clues scattered across social media. The climax of this unbearable suspense occurred during the charity golf tournament, organized by Caitlin Clark. They were grilled by reporters. Cunningham delivered a performance worthy of an Oscar-winning actress, offering an evasive interview, tinged with enigmatic smiles, refusing to confirm what many already suspected. Today, the mask has fallen. Cunningham is no longer hiding. She has made her decision public, and the details of her commitment are staggering.
Actually joining Project B's athlete roster. I am so thrilled for it. It is giving women's basketball a platform that is much deserving, not only here in the United States, but across the world. So come on this journey with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very cool. Very cool. The signing of Sophie Cunningham elevates Project B into must-watch TV territory. Fair play, Soph. It'll be interesting to see over the coming months what other Fever players follow you.
Sophie Cunningham is not joining Project B merely as a player, a role that alone would have been enough to make headlines. No, she is shattering the glass ceiling of traditional sports structures by joining the organization as a player, a partner, and an owner. This triple threat role is revolutionary. The announcement sends a clear, powerful, and unequivocal message to the rest of the sporting world. Project B is not here to play a supporting role or serve as a development league. This is not simply about recruiting talent to fill game rosters. The ambition on display is titanic. Project B is aggressively building a global roster, a permanent super team designed to frontally challenge historical basketball structures, including the all-powerful WNBA, by offering ownership stakes to athletes. Project B is shifting the power dynamic, transforming employees into shareholders, a value proposition that the WNBA, with its salary constraints and current economic model, simply cannot match. In her official statement, Cunningham did not hide her enthusiasm, describing this opportunity as the pivotal moment the sport has been waiting for. According to her, Project B is finally giving women's basketball the global platform and, crucially, the financial respect it has deserved for far too long. She speaks of a new era where female athletes are no longer forced to compromise between their market value and their loyalty to a specific league.
I am so thrilled for it. It is giving women's basketball a platform that is much deserving, not only here in the United States, but across the world. So come on this journey with us. Guys, I am so excited to announce that I'm actually joining Project B's athlete roster. I am so thrilled for it. It is giving women's basketball a platform that is much deserving, not.
Now, this is the beauty thing about this, man. We all knew that it was a chance, Sophie, because when she did the Annie Costabile interview, she kind of hem-hawed around with it. You feel me? She kind of hem-hawed around with actually signing. She didn't really speak very highly about it like that. I knew then.
What makes this story even more fascinating is the surgical precision with which insiders and internet sleuths predicted this scenario. One must look back to Cunningham's interview with Annie Costabile weeks ago. At the time, faced with direct questions, Cunningham deftly dodged, refusing to give a straight answer about the existence of or her interest in Project B. To the casual observer, it was a simple no comment. To experts, it was a silent admission. But the real signal, the irrefutable clue that tipped off the sharpest analysts, came from the digital realm. Grady Burnett, identified as one of the main architects and executives behind the Project B operation, began leaving tracks. Burnett is not an impulsive user of social media. He rarely follows athletes. So when he began following Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark, and other top WNBA names on Instagram and Twitter, it was like a flare gun going off in the night. His selections were highly intentional, targeted, and strategic. Fans always on the lookout immediately suspected that something huge was brewing. Their theories, dismissed as conspiratorial by some skeptics at first, have now proven prophetic. However, while Cunningham's signing opened the floodgates, the headline of the story does not stop with her. The shockwave has propagated all the way to Indiana with devastating force. Kelsey Mitchell, the undisputed star of the Indiana Fever and one of Caitlin Clark's most crucial backcourt partners, has also succumbed to the siren song of Project B. This is a thunderclap. Mitchell released an emotional, beautifully produced video, thanking the organization and describing this opportunity not as a simple contract, but as a global stage built for the future of the game.
Mitchell, he posted Kelsey Mitchell yesterday. So this is the part owner. This is one of the guys to help set it up, Grady Burnett.
In this video, Mitchell's demeanor is revealing. Her confidence, her unconcealed joy, and the vibrant energy radiating from her announcement have convinced fans and financial analysts that she has secured an astronomical financial package, likely a multi-million-dollar deal that eclipses anything she could have earned in a decade of a traditional career. Seeing a player of Mitchell's caliber, known for her work ethic and loyalty, take this leap instantly validates the sporting credibility of Project B. With Sophie Cunningham and Kelsey Mitchell now officially on board, the landscape has shifted. But one question, the biggest of them all, burns on everyone's lips and dominates every conversation. Is Caitlin Clark next? All signs, all indicators, all digital breadcrumbs point toward a resounding yes. Let's review the facts. Grady Burnett follows Clark. That is the first Dominext. Look at the entourage. Clark's closest teammates, Mitchell, already signed, and according to persistent rumors, Aaliyah Boston are in advanced talks. It is difficult to imagine Clark remaining isolated while her inner circle migrates toward this new promised land. Furthermore, Project B has made it clear, through its actions and unofficial communications, that they are targeting nothing less than the most influential players in women's basketball. They don't just want good players, they want cultural icons. And no one is more iconic today than Caitlin Clark. Social media literally erupted the moment Cunningham's signing was made public, followed by an even stronger aftershock for Mitchell. Discussion forums, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok are flooded with passionate reactions. On the side of Indiana Fever fans, the mood is one of panic, perhaps even mourning. They are worried, some in shock, watching helplessly as what looked like the dismantling of their dream team before it even reached its full potential takes place. Two major pieces of Indiana's lineup appear to be drifting toward richer opportunities overseas, leaving a gaping void. Sports analysts are attempting to rationalize the situation, but the outlook is grim for the traditional league. They argue that while the departure of Sophie Cunningham, who plays for Phoenix, might not directly hurt the Fever on the court, the potential availability and departure of Kelsey Mitchell is a massive blow, a tactical and emotional loss of epic proportions. Mitchell was expected to receive a max contract in the WNBA, the pinnacle of what the league can offer. That she would turn her back on this offer to join Project B demonstrates the abysmal financial gap between the two entities. Experts now firmly believe that Project B's rapid expansion could pose a serious long-term existential threat to the WNBA. This is no longer simple competition, it is a war for the soul and talent of the sport. With Saudi funding that far exceeds the collective salary cap of the entire American League, Project B possesses an absolute weapon: unlimited money. They can lure top-tier athletes with million-dollar offers, unprecedented international exposure, luxury travel conditions, and as we saw with Cunningham, ownership opportunities that ensure generational wealth for the athletes. It is a paradigm shift. Players are calling this a revolution, a liberation from historical economic constraints. Fans, meanwhile, are calling it the start of a seismic shift, comparable to what happened in men's golf with the emergence of LEV golf, but with a potentially even greater cultural impact than the rising popularity of women's sports. For now, the basketball world is holding its breath and watching every move closely. Sophie Cunningham is officially in. Kelsey Mitchell is officially in. The structure is being put in place. brick by brick, star by star, and if the trend continues, if financial logic and the ripple effect of sporting friendships continue to play their part, Caitlin Clark could be the next giant domino to fall. If she signs, it won't just be a transfer, it will be the end of an era and the beginning of another. Stay tuned. Women's basketball is not just entering a new season, it is entering its most dramatic, lucrative, and unpredictable era of all time. It is crucial to understand the mechanics behind this Project B to grasp the magnitude of the threat to the WNBA. Unlike traditional European or Asian leagues that functioned as complements to the WNBA season played in the winter, Project B seems intent on monopolizing the players' attention and time by proposing contracts that demand exclusivity or conflict directly with the WNBA's calendar or prioritization policies. This new entity forces players to make a drastic choice. In the past, a player like Kelsey Mitchell could navigate between both worlds. Today, she is being asked to pick a side, and when one side offers a salary capped at around $240,000 per year, the WNBA max, and the other offers millions, the choice becomes purely mathematical for athletes whose careers are short and physically demanding. The owner aspect of Cunningham's contract is particularly ingenious. By giving players a piece of the pie, Project B creates fierce loyalty. Players are no longer interchangeable employees. They are invested in the league's financial success. If the league thrives, they thrive. This is a model that traditional American leagues, locked into rigid collective bargaining agreements and owned by billionaires reluctant to share equity, cannot easily replicate. This is where the disruptive genius of Grady Burnett and his backers reveals itself. They are not just attacking the WNBA on salaries, but on the very structure of sports capitalism.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with breaking news, hot off the press. Sophie Cunningham, like I said, was the next person to be named, and she too has signed with Project B.
This opportunity, I think it's an unbelievable. Hi guys, Kelsey Mitchell here. I just want to say thank you to Project B for this opportunity. I think it's an unbelievable opportunity to really showcase who we are as athletes at a high level on the international stage, and I want to trade this experience for the world. And I'm grateful that Project B looked at me as an athlete to want to take on this opportunity. So I'm excited and I can't wait to get to work.
Let's return to the Indiana Fever. The distress of the fans is palpable because they viewed this trio, Clark, Mitchell, Boston, as the foundation of a dynasty. The on-court chemistry between Clark and Mitchell was electric last season. Mitchell, with her lightning speed and scoring ability, was the perfect complement to Clark's playmaking vision. To see Mitchell leave is like tearing a vital page out of the playbook, but if Clark leaves too, the entire book is thrown into the fire. For the WNBA, which based a large part of its future marketing strategy and TV rights negotiations on the Caitlin Clark effect, the loss of its biggest star to a rival league would be catastrophic. It would instantly devalue the television product and deal a severe blow to ticket sales. Caitlin Clark's silence is deafening. Every day that passes without a reaffirmation of her loyalty to the WNBA or the Fever fuels the rumor mill. And in the world of modern sports, where perception is reality, this silence is interpreted as hesitation or even an ongoing negotiation. If Burnett is following Clark, there is an open channel of communication. These executives do not waste their time following inaccessible targets. They are hunting big game. One must also note the international dimension. Project B is not just targeting the American market. With Saudi funds, the goal is to turn women's basketball into a global entertainment product, with potential events in Riyadh, London, Tokyo, or Paris. For players like Cunningham and Mitchell, the allure is not just the money, but global glory, the possibility of becoming international brands, transcending the borders of Indiana or Arizona. In conclusion, what we are witnessing is historical. This is not just a transfer story, it is a story of power, money, gender, and geopolitics. Sophie Cunningham lit the fuse, Kelsey Mitchell poured gasoline on the fire, and now the entire world is watching Caitlin Clark holding a match, wondering if she will ignite the whole thing. Project B is real, it is here, and it has the means to match its boundless ambitions. The WNBA must react and fast because its monopoly on elite female talent is crumbling hour by hour. The era of blind loyalty is over. The era of player power in global super leagues has just begun.